Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, see the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah, and that's the program. This is a continuation of fallen angels and demons. And I think this is might be 10 or 11, whatever it is. But of course, you know the books. I'm just gonna flash them. I'm just gonna flash the books, and people know of those books. Banned for the Bible, the Apocrypha, the demons, 12 patriarchs. Let's see if I can. I don't know why that book's so hard. 12 patriarchs, and they make up what? Those books make up this book, the Holy Bible. All right, so all I can do is tell you. Then you have this, the Gospel, Thomas Mary, and you don't have this, the Message. Not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord of hosts. Okay, so where we stopped off at, I know I had the dreams, but the dreams gonna come. The dreams gonna come, though, so don't worry about that. As the Lord God, let me remember the dreams, and I'm just gonna go ahead on and let you know. All right, so now where we stopped off at, we had the Arabians calling for warning King Solomon to send someone to come and get the demon that was vexing them. So that's what he did. All right. So where we left off at the pinnacle, All right, on 119, page 42, 119. And after 7 days, being reminded of the epistle. Tongue tied, been talking too long. The epistle, let's see, epistle of back to the epistle of Ardes, king of Arabia. I called my servant and said to him, order thy camel, and take for thyself a leather flask, and take also this seal, and go away unto Arabia, to this place in which the evil spirit blows. And there take the flags and the signet ring in front of the mouth of the flags, and hold them towards the blast of the spirit. And when the flask is blown out, thou wilt understand that the demon is in it. All right. Then hastily, if on the way, then hastily tie up the mouth of the flask and seal it securely with the seal ring, and lay it carefully on the camel, and bring me hither. And if on the way is offered thee gold or silver or treasure, return for letting it go. See thou said it, and be not persuaded, but arrange it without ordering, by using an oath to release it. So don't, you can offer your thing, don't do it. And if at the point out the places where the gold and silver, mark the places and seal them with this seal, and bring the demon to me, and now depart and fare thee well. So that's that's a person he trusts, and now he going to Arabia, just with a wine flask, and get it. So when you watching Aladdin, and the Aladdin had that flags on him. Yeah, if you watch any one of them Aladdin movies, they got a flags on them. You can't see the movie without him having that flags. And they don't tell you what it's there for. But you think that, that's something that he's drinking out of. Tell you, go watch. Then the youth did as he was bidden, and ordered his camel, laid it on the flask, and set off to Arabia. And the men of the region would not believe that he was able to catch the evil spirit. And when it was dawn, the servant stood before the spirit blast, and laid the flask on the ground, and the finger ring on the mouth of the flask. And the demon blew through the middle of the finger ring into the mouth of the flask, and going in blew out the flask. But the man promptly stood up to it and drew it tight, and it was with his hand the mouth of the flask in the name of the Lord God of the Sabbath. So if you have a problem with me reading, go get the book and read it for yourself. Because this was truly, this is what I'm doing. Just to let you know, it's all right to go read other books with the Word of God in it. It's all right. I ain't talking about those books that these pastors, preachers, shepherds, and all them write their own self and sit out there for. I'm talking about these testimonies of what truly happened. And you know, when you read a testimony of something that truly happened, you know when it's of God and of not, because all of it reads the same. All of it reads the same. Just telling you. All right. In the name of the Lord God of Sabbath. And the demon remained within the flask. And after the youth remained there in the land 3 days to make trial. So he made a trial to make sure that, you know, that the demon and all that was in the flask. And the spirit no longer blew against the city. And all Arabia knew that they had safely shut in the spirit. Then the youth fastened the flask on the camel and the Arabs and sent forth on his way with much honor, precious gift, praise and magnifying the God of Israel. But the youth brought in the bag and laid it in the middle of the temple. And on the next day, King Solomon, went to the temple of God and sat in deep distress about the stone of the end of the corner. So he was in deep distress about the stone of the end of the corner. So he didn't know how he was going to get it. It was a big old stone. Oh yeah, it was a huge stone. And the men tried to lift it, but they couldn't lift that stone. And God made it that way. Sure did. Yes, he did. All right, and when I entered the temple, the flask stood up and walked around some 7 steps, and then fell on his mouth and did homage to me. And I marveled that even along with the bottle, the demon still had power that could walk about. And I commanded to stand up, and the flask stood up and stood on his feet and blew out. And I questioned him, saying, "Tell me, who art thou?" And the spirit within said, "I am a demon called EPHIPPAS, that is in Arabia." EPHIPPAS. 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 That's in Arabia. And I said to him, "Is this thy name?" He answered, "Yes. Whenever so I'll write and set fire and do to death." So yeah, light, they say, whensoever I will, I alight and set fire and to do death. So to set fire to kill people. And I said to him, "By what angel art thou frustrated?" And he answered, "By the only ruling God that have authority over me and me even to be heard. And he that is born of a virgin, crucified by the Jews on a cross, whom the angels and the archangels worship. He frustrate me and feeble me of my great strength, which has been given me by my father, the devil." So that's the devil's son. This was the devil's son. So yeah, it says it right there. And I said to him, what canst thou do? And he answered, "I am able to remove mountains and overthrow oaks of Canaan. I weather trees and make their leaves to fall off." And I said to him, "Canst thou raise this stone and lay it from the beginning of this corner, which exists in the fair plain of the temple?" He said, not only raise this, O king, but also with the help of the demon who presides over the Red Sea, I will bring up the pillar of the air, and we will stand it up where thou wilt in Jerusalem. So now we're talking about the demon that's in the Red Sea, that demon that was killed. That demon, no, you can't kill a demon, but a demon that had been down there for a long period of time. He got in the Red Sea, he didn't want to come up. Well, we'll read about it. Saying this, I laid stress on him, the flask, because as if depleted of air, I placed it under the stone, and the spirit girded himself up and lifted up the top of the flask. And the flask went up the steps, carrying the stone, and laid it down at the end of the entrance of the temple. And I saw, beholding the stone raised aloof and placed on the foundation, said, "Truly the scriptures fulfilled which say, the stone which the builders rejected on trial, the same has become the head of the corner." So that's That's the scripture being fulfilled. Yep, that was Solomon said. That was the scripture being fulfilled. Okay. All right. I told you a dream about really this dream about it's really this dream about Sheba Turkey. That's what the dream about. She's a news personality in New Orleans. She do the morning news. Like I told you, I had God showed me about 4 dreams of this person, of this woman. But she held her dignity. There you go. She held her dignity, and 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 she at the time she held her dignity. So I don't know what happened, but this the dream that I had. I was taking care of business, going to a different place. People were in wondering if I had on fake shoes and clothing was throwback as they put on or say, you know, because you ever meet me, you'll know. One place I went into, there was going up elevators. One side looked small, only one person could get into it. The other was a regular one. So they had one small elevator one, then they had the regular one. And I walked down the street of Carrollton Having going towards the north, and I saw the office, which I had never seen before, office that I had never seen before. Okay. I passed by and turned back and entered into it because I'd never seen before, because it used to be, the office that I seen, it used to have, I used to wear eyeglasses, so I used to go get the eyeglasses from that place, so that's how I knew. And everything had changed down there. So I passed back, turned back into it, and the black woman at the desk looked familiar. And I went into the front, I saw this picture of the frame changing in many different colors, many colors. So you know what it was doing, it was shape-shifting. Yeah, that was it. I went to the front, and I saw this picture in the frame change to many different animals, then back to the first picture where it looked like a young Alice Crowley. That's what it said. With glasses on. So you know Alice Crowley? They call him Crowley, we say Crowley. With the glasses on. So that's what it looked like. And one woman greeted me. But I heard some man say, let those people in here, because they had a group of people that was coming there along with me. But we weren't together. They just was coming like in the office at the same time I was coming in. So so I heard it, he coming from the back. He said, so I hear the man say, let those people in here. I have helped save those people from Ursuline Academy. So that's the school that Sheba Turk went to. So he said, I have helped save those children from Ursuline Academy. She then took me outside and informed me how evil the place was and demon possessed. And it was so evil, she said, change your shirt when you go home. And again, change your shirt. That's how evil it was. Yep. So I had told you that dream, so I went and found that dream and how it really went down. I tell you, if I tell you a dream, I already know, and as you go along, certain dreams you can remember every detail in it, and certain dreams you can't. That's just how it is. As time goes on, you might miss a word or two, and then that's how it is. All right. Another dream. This is a dream about Snoop Dogg. I have dreams about celebrities. Yeah, I have a lot of dreams about different celebrities. I have dreams about. Yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. All right. I was at the place standing on the side with the woman who sounded and looked like Whoopi Goldberg. They asked, was the president there? And she said, now, but this, they said, no, but his wife is. They start crossing over this ditch like all was crossing differently. All of them started crossing over the ditch and it was crossed different. And with different fashion, but standing up. And I couldn't have been no more than 2 feet. And they crossed and gave a piece of bread and cake. Well, they crossed over and they gave me a piece of bread and cake, like bread to it. Right. Bread and cake but it was like a braid. It was cut like braid. Then a woman sound like whooping, and Miss Trump was there. A woman that sound like whooping, and Miss Trump was there, and she asked the man, Snoop music lyrics sound the best. So say, what's the best? Is his music the best? The music or the lyrics that he's saying sound the best? And I woke up. Now I'm gonna tell you the rest of that dream because I didn't know nothing about that Snoop song and the song to what you complaining about. So that I had to go to keep a doctor's appointment. So I was on the elevator, and the man was telling me about Snoop Dogg's song and what it says, and he told me about what it was. So that's man, God will let you know. Man, you think God won't let you know? God will let you know. Yep. I got another one. I got a couple more for you. So we'll stop at that. So those are the two old ones that I want you to know and get them out. Get them out. So like I said, you can be patient with me and get past my bringing ups, being raised up in the area of the situation that I was in. And if you can get past that, you can learn a lot, or know where to find out something that you can learn. Because stammering and lips in another tongue shall you teach these people. So that's what I'm doing, and that's just fulfilling prophecy. That's all I'm doing, fulfilling prophecy. All right. So now the man had the flags, and they put the stone in place. So all right, saying. All right, he told him about the demon presider. I'll bring him up the pillar air, stand up with. All right, saying this, I laid stress on him. The flags became as depleted of air, and I placed it under the stone. And the spirit girded himself up and lifted up to the top of the flag. And the flags went up the steps carrying the stone and laid it down at the end of the entrance of the temple. And I saw him beholding the stone raised aloof, and place it on the foundation, say, truly, the scripture fulfilled, which the stone, which the builders rejected on trial, the same has become the head of the corner. For this is not mine to grant, but God's, that the demons should be strong enough to lift up a great stone and deposit it in the place I wish. And EPHIPPAS led the demon of the Red Sea with the column, and they both took the columns and raised it aloof from the earth. And I outwitted these two spirits. He said, and I outwitted these two spirits, so that they could not shake the entire earth in a moment of time. So them two spirits can shake the entire earth in a moment of time. That's what he said. Stop right there. Stop right there. You can shake that entire earth in a moment's time. So I was looking for, tell you what, I was looking for the dream that I had of the judgment where it said no mercy, when the judgment was no mercy. So I was looking for that dream. But then I found another dream. So in this dream, I can't remember this dream good, but I know I didn't hear nobody. So it's like the first dream of the night. And just what it said. The spirit voice says something is going to happen. That's what it says. Something is going to happen. It's going to affect everybody and everything. That's just a voice. Just like this Atlanta voice said. The voice that I say, the spirit voice says something is going to happen that is going to affect everybody and everything. That's what it said. All right, that was the first dream I had. The second dream, a lady and myself were looking for a serial killer. She opened up the door and saw the killer, but shut the door. I went to get help and passed to the people in the hallway, asked them for help, but they turned their heads and their backs to me. Went outside looking for the police, and every time I saw one, he disappeared in the crowd. Finally asked, are there any soldiers that would help me? And they stood up and came with me and went back in the building. And as soon as I opened up the door to go to the building, killer his hand on the door coming out. They called him. I said, I can't go yet. We have to look for the bodies. And they stood on a stool and looked up in the lightning duct. And they had 3 bodies. One duck had a man, another duck had a woman. I came there with another duck and another man, and I woke up. So the second dream about a serial killer. So say, man, I'm telling you, bro, I'm telling you, man, humble yourself. And humble yourself. Because everybody have a certain thing that you was born with. That's why when I hear T.D. Jakes talk about the potter's house, because the potter house no more than where they build where they make vessels, you know, the different pots, and they used to make them to hold wine and different things, and each one of them made a different. We're gonna get deeper into that. Believe me, trust me. When I tell you we're gonna get deeper into that, because the Lord has blessed me to go deep in these things. So anyway, so when he talked about those vessels, that man on there. Each person is a vessel. Each person is a vessel. So everybody that you see is a vessel. And God, the Lord God, had made these vessels to do certain things. Just like my vessel do a certain thing. The man of, if it's real, doing a certain, have a vessel that do a certain thing. The woman redirect her vessel do a certain thing. Everybody have a different vessel to do a certain thing. And God, the Lord God, knows how much of that. Just like when I say, when you read the 12 patriarchs, go study that. Don't just read the book. Let me see if I can get it. Don't just read the book. Go study the book. And find out about your people and how the Lord God has truly blessed us. So each vessel does a certain thing. Lord God knows how much evil, how much this vessel can hold before it starts doing evil. But you have to also know, when it's going to repent and how much good it's going to hold and do also before it's no longer, when they have to be laid down to rest. So when I hear T.D. Jakes and them talking all that stuff, people don't know. The people have, like the Lord God said, they have a form of godliness and denying the power thereof. So they have a form of it, but they don't know it. They don't. They don't. Believe me. They don't know it. Because if they know it, they wouldn't be saying the things and doing the things that they do. All right. So he said they could not shake the entire earth in a moment. So that's how he outwitted them, these 2 spirits. So they couldn't shake the entire. Because I feel that if that thing would have fell, it would have made an earthquake. That's what I'm saying, but I don't know. And then I sealed around with my ring on this side and that and say, watch. And the spirits have remained upholding it until this day, for proof of the wisdom vouchsafed to me. And there the pillar was hanging, an enormous size, in midair, supported by the winds. And thus the spirits appeared underneath like air supporting it. And if one look fixedly, the pillar is a little oblique, being supported by the spirits, and it is so to this day. So that's what it said. Now I don't know, because when I went to Jerusalem, I didn't go to look at the temples and all that. I just went to fulfill prophecy and deliver the prophecy unto them. That's all I did. So I don't know too much about looking at the temple and seeing it's oblique and all that. But he said that it is, and but they destroyed the temple. So you gotta understand that they destroyed that temple. Sure did. So we know that temple was destroyed. And Solomon questioned the other spirit which came up with the pillars from the depth of the Red Sea. And I said to him, who art thou, and what caused thee? And what is thy business? For I hear many things about thee. And the demon answered, I, O King Solomon, is called EPHIPPAS. Now we see EPHIPPAS. I am a descendant of an archangel. Once as I sit in the first heaven, of which the name is Amineluth. I then in a fierce spirit and wing, and with a single wing, plotting against every spirit under heaven. Repeat that to you. I them am a fierce spirit and winged, and with a single wing plot against every spirit under heaven. A fierce spirit. I know somebody's calling himself Sasha Fierce. Have a dream, have a Beyonce dream. You know I have a Beyonce dream. Come on, man. You know I have a. All right. Plotting against every spirit under heaven. I was present when Moses went in before Pharaoh. That's how far he goes back. King of Egypt, and I hardened his heart. So now you know how, because the Lord God hardened. So you know how God do things. It's an insight on how God have things done. It's an insight on it. So now he go there and say, I'm the one. I'm the one who hardened his heart. So you know, like it say, like the Lord God said, I form the light. This is in the book of Isaiah. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord God, does everything. So you got to go back with Job. So when you go back with Job, and Job wanted to, Satan presented himself for men. He wanted to destroy Job. He had to get permission from God. So this is one of those type of scenarios. All right, and I am whom Annas and Amberus invoke homing. I am, and so what it would say, Janus and Jambres. That's what it would be, but in here they have Annas, so that would be the Hebrew name because they didn't have no J, they had I's. All right, invoke homing with Moses and in Egypt. So that was him again, who raised him against Moses. I am who fought against Moses with wonders and with signs. That's that demon. That's that demon. And I say, therefore, to him, how wast thou found in the Red Sea? And he answered, in the exodus of the sons of Israel, I hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and I excited his thought that of his ministers, and I caused them to pursue after the children of Israel. And Pharaoh followed us, and Pharaoh followed with me and all the Egyptians. Then I was present there, and we followed together, and we all came upon the Red Sea. And it came to pass when the children of Israel had crossed over, the water returned and hid all the hosts of the Egyptians in all their might. I mean, everything. It destroyed it all. And while we're right there, it destroyed it all. You see what he said? And so when I told you the dream about when I didn't told you all the dreams. So I can tell you now because I done told you three. I told you about wormwood. First, wormwood gonna come down and it gonna spread some waters over so much. Then I told you about this man had a prophecy when the other asteroid hit in the Atlantic Ocean, and that water came all the way over to Atlanta, Georgia. That's a long way, and that covered the ocean. Then you got one that's gonna hit, and I didn't tell you about that one yet. They got one that's gonna hit in the Gulf. It's gonna spread over so much. So that's what the Lord God said. I'm gonna cover all of these things hit. I'm gonna put the sea over everything on the face of the earth, just like he done before the flood. Like I say, oh man, go ahead on, Elijah, you stretch. God didn't do nothing like that before the flood. All right, he didn't. If you say he didn't, partner, then I can't go along. You say he didn't. All right. I mean, like I said, email me, text me, or however you want to get them. And say, oh, Elijah, we done caught you now. Oh, we got you in that lie. Hey, God, they'll never destroy the world before the flood like that. All right? He didn't do it. The running joke is distinct. I say distinction, but it's extinction. It's extinction. I say distinction. I don't mind being corrected because that's how I learned. And I'm not the young man to be able to see when you're in your youth and going to college and think you all that. Man, you whip out them words and see all them different things like it just was like, that's what you do. But as you get older, your mind goes on things. It just, that's how your mind works. It's not that you don't know it, just that it doesn't come to you as fast as it once did. But if you got it in you and you know it, well, you just have to wait for it. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. All right, now, so what I'm doing now is showing you how the world was destroyed the first time. Yeah, it was destroyed the first time. Now, just give me a chance to find it. Yes, this is right. All right, the first destroyed. The first destroyed. Okay, I say the first time. All right, we're going to Jasher, J-A-S-H-R, chapter 2, the second chapter. All right, the first time. And we go down to verse 4. And the sons of men went and they served other gods, and they forgot the Lord who had created them in the earth. In those days the Son of Man made images of brass, iron, wood, stone. They bowed down and served them. And every man made his god, and he bowed down to them. And the sons of men turned away from the Lord, and all the days of Enosh, E-N-O-S-H. And the children, and the anger, and his children, and the anger of the Lord was set ablaze on account of their works and abomination what they did in the earth. The Lord caused the waters of the river Gihon to overwhelm them, and he destroyed and consumed them. And he destroyed a third part of the earth, notwithstanding the Son of Man did not turn from their evil ways in their hand, and was extended to do evil in the sight of the Lord. First destruction. That's what he did. So you want to find that out? That's in Jasher chapter 2 verses, I started at verse 4. And it really is verse 6 where he destroyed the first time. That was the first extinction. Man, so when them Indians tell you there have been certain many extinctions, you should listen. Go research and find out if that's truth or not. That's what I did after the Lord God. But you know, when you don't repent your whole heart, and that evil be taken, and that evil have taken over you, it's hard for you to listen. That's why the Lord God tell you. That's why I tell you go study the books. We'll study the books of the 12 patriarchs so you can see what happens when evil truly takes you over, because it blinds you. And that's what it had done to us. It blinded us. And a lot of people are blind right now today. They go into them church houses and they think they're doing what's right, but they're not. They're not. They're not doing what's right. All right, so if you go to, we're in the book of Jubilees. So we're in the book of Jubilees. And we're in the 4th chapter of the book of Jubilees. 4th chapter of the book of Jubilees. All right, and we're gonna start at I'm gonna start at 20. We're gonna start at the 20th verse. Jubilees, the 4th chapter, the 20th verse. And the 12th jubilee, 7th week of it, it took himself a wife, and her name was Edna, and the daughter of Daniel, the daughter of his father's brother. In the 6th year, this week, he gave birth to a son and called his name Methuselah. That's where Methuselah came from. He was with the angels of God. Now we're talking about Enoch. And he was with the angels of God these 6 jubilees of the year, and they showed him everything that is on the earth and in the heaven, and ruled of the sun, and wrote down everything. And he testified to the watchers who had sinned with the daughters of men, for these had begun to unite themselves so as to be filled with the daughters of men. and Enoch testified against them all. And he was taken from among the children of men, and we conducted him in the Garden of Eden in the majesty of honor. And there we wrote down the condemnation, the judgment of the world, and all the wickedness of the children of men. Okay, that's what he did. All right, because of it, God brought the waters of the flood on all the land of Eden, for there was set as a sign that he should testify against the children of men, that they should recount all the deeds of the generation until the day of condemnation. So that's why I say all the deeds of man from the beginning of time until the end, till the condemnation of the whole earth, the judgment of the whole earth. That's what it says. And he burnt the incense, and I'll read this to you. Because if you have this paper, and you go to Malachi, burn your incense, Malachi, first chapter, 11th verse. Malachi, the first chapter, 11th verse. Listen, just say, he burnt the incense of the sanctuary, and his sweet spices are accepted before the Lord on the mount. That's one of the reasons why you should burn incense. For the Lord had 4 places of earth in the Garden of Eden, and then you go into the sanctification. But it said, because the God brought the waters of flood on the land of Eden. So I just showed you that in 2 books, 2 different books. One Moses wrote, and the other one Hashel wrote. So that's the first extinction. But you can't tell, man. Them dudes want pastors and preachers. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. So you learn from people that don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. That's right. And then he said, where you get that from? Tell him, a man with stammering lips. A man, that's what God said. I got stammering lips. Say, a man with stammering lips, he told us. And then they're going to be wanting to seek me out and find out and kill me and do all type of mean things to me. All that great deception, man. You'd be surprised when you start serving God, the things that they're going to do to you. And you're going to be asking yourself, man, why they do that? I'm a nobody. And why would you want to do that to me? And then if you say something about it, it's not you. God has showed you and told you who they are and what they're doing. And you see that, so you're not lying on them. I'm not lying on them. If I'm lying on them, it'd be something different. But I'm not lying on them people. I'm not. Okay, so he found them in the Red Sea. All right. So we know that EPHIPPAS was the man. EPHIPPAS was one of the angels that was God. That's what he's saying. Go back to it. Once I sat in the first heaven, which name is Amalek, and I remember fierce winged with a single wing. With a single wing. With a single wing. Okay. Plied against every spirit under heaven. And I was present with Moses, Pharaoh. So we go through all that. And we know that he set up there in the first heaven. So who in the first heaven? God. Okay. All right, here we go. So I remain, we got to go back and say, I won't get to Beyonce dream in a few. I'll get to that. Because she called herself Sasha Fierce. Does she not call herself Sasha Fierce? All right, so this is a fierce demon. So she got a fierce demon in it. And Pharaoh followed with me and all the Egyptians, and then I was present there as we followed together. And we all came upon the Red Sea, and it came to pass when the children of Israel were crossed over, and the water returned and hid all the hosts of the Egyptians and all their might. So it destroyed everything. It destroyed all their army, all their weapons, all their chariots, all the might of Egypt. It destroyed. That's what it's saying right here. It destroyed everything, all their might. And I remained in the sea, being kept under this pillar. So he remained in the sea, and they had a pillar up under him. But when Ephesus came, being sent by thieves, shut up in a vessel of a flat, he fetched me up to thee. So he was down there under this pillar. And then the other angel came and got him from up under the pillar and brought him up with him to do this work. I'm just telling you what I'm reading. I therefore, Solomon, having heard this, glorified God and adjured the demons not to disobey me, but to remain supporting the pillar. Not to disobey me, but to remain supporting the pillar. They couldn't disobey Solomon if he wanted, because Solomon had a ring. See those? Come on, man. Come on. That movie, Lord of the Rings, and they had those different rings. Well, that's real. Why do you think they're showing you those things? The devil have to. Come on. Let's go back. Let's go back. No, we can go back. We can go back. It's not going to take us long for I don't think it's going to take us long for go back. Let me see. Because you know what the demons like? The demons like people to worship them. They like the devil to see that's a human-like thing that's in them for people to worship them. Come on, man. We just read that. Let me see. If I can find it right fast, I'll get it. If I can find it right fast. Okay. Don't look like I'm going to find it right fast. But anyway, so you know that the demons like to be worshipped. They like to be worshipped. See, that's a human thing that's in them that they like to be worshipped. That's what they said, man. Come on. I can't find it right now. I have to go look for it. Next time I'll mark it down so I can go straight to it. But anyway, so they like to be worshipped. The demons, we know that the demons like to be worshipped. So when you're watching the Lord of the Rings, that's what you'll be doing. You'll be worshiping demons. And just like Pastor Darby, I'm sorry that I got into him late, but God did that for a purpose, or the reason, and purpose for everything on the sun. But anyway, so when you watch that movie, everything in that movie, and when you read these different books, you find out everything that was in that movie, it has some correlation with the books that I'm reading to you, and the things that are being said, like the rings, and all of them have something. Like Thanos, we read about him with the stones. I haven't got into that with you with the stones. I don't know if God gonna permit me to get you into that with the stones. I don't know of that. But the rings, now you're in the rings because he said the rings. He said the rings. Yeah, I know about the rings. I know about it. Okay. And I ain't gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you no more. I'm telling you I know about the rings. Now you don't have to believe me. And just know it. And they talk about the ring of Solomon. And when they talk about the ring of Solomon, say he hid it from somewhere and it's somewhere and all that. So that's what they say. That's what they say. But I know God. God can do what? Anything but fail. So remember that. God can do anything but fail. The Lord, okay, so he said, so I said they couldn't disobey him if he wanted. I'm going to tell you one more thing before I get to something else. You see, you see when the Lord God says something, it's done. No, you can't turn left hand, you can't turn to the right, you can't do nothing. If he says it's gonna be done. That's right. If he says the sun don't shine, the sun ain't gonna shine. He said the water will flow, it's gonna flow. He said mountain be moved, the mountain gonna be moved. Children go into captivity where we at, into captivity. So he don't tell you how it's gonna be done, but you know it's gonna be done. That's how it's done. He didn't tell you. He said, I hardened Pharaoh's heart. That's what he said. That's what the book, that's what the scripture said. Let's see if we can find that. I know we're going to go a little over. Don't worry about it. I got another video, one more video. It's the last video, I think, is next. All right, so we're going to know that he hardened Pharaoh's heart. We know that. So we're going to put that in there, hardened heart. Come on, you. Oh, come on, this thing running slow. Hardened heart. All right, so there we say he hardened Pharaoh's heart. All right, Exodus 4:21. And the Lord said unto Moses, when thou goest and return to Egypt, see thou do all those wonders before Pharaoh which I had put in thy hand, but I will harden his heart that he should not let thy people go. That is it. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and wonders. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and he shall follow after thee. It's Exodus 4:21. 4 and 14. All right. So 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 we know how God did it. That's the end of it. So we know how God hardened. God got that angel. So God didn't tell you how he was gonna do it, but he did say, I'm gonna harden Pharaoh's heart. And so now we know how he hardened Pharaoh's heart. That evil demon came and was doing all that way, and God permitted that evil demon to harden his heart. Because he could have done anything with who these demons say have control over them. Over all of them, the Lord God, the one that was hung on the cross. Been having it. Their creator. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, people. Please. Come on. Let's get it. We can get it. I'm telling you, we're going now. All right. All right. The Lord. So that's how the heart was swayed. All right. So he can turn left or right. Both there swear, saying, the Lord thy God liveth. We will not let go of this pillar until stop it right there. That's for the next one, and that's gonna be the end. So I got one more video after that, and that's gonna be the end of this. And I told you I was gonna tell you the Beyonce dream. Let me see if I got it right. If I got it on top, I'm gonna tell it to you. But if I don't, then when I start the next video, I'll have it. All right, let's see. No. No. I don't have it on top. But anyway, I'm going to tell you the Beyonce dream. Okay, it is. Let's see. All right. This is the dream. I was walking on St. Charles and Carondelet. So that's like the CBD area, you know, where they take care of their business and all that, and where the big time white folks be at and all that when knock on there. And so if you ever come to New Orleans, you know it's St. Charles and Carondelet Street. And this young woman, and we was walking, talking, I guess we were speaking about the condition of our people. And I used to have a radio program, so you know my radio, I used to have a radio program, so you know, I say program, but they didn't want me on that. So I told you they didn't want me on it. So next we was on Porter Street, and I asked her why all these celebrities want to be hood rats, because Beyonce had on a hood, you know, on one of those a hoodie. Beyonce had on no. I asked her why all these celebrities want to be hood rats. That's why I asked her. Because Beyonce had an apartment in the hood. Because Beyonce had an apartment in the hood. That's what I said. Next we were on a bus, and her head in my lap, and her hair was beautiful, jet black. As we was talking, she was telling me about this gathering, 72 Louisa Street. And 72 Louisa Street, and the cross street start with an M, so I don't know. I'm just telling you what the address was. And as we were in the bus, the bus was full of black people. I say, listen up, Judah. I would talk to people. Israel, Judah and Israel. That's us. Let's see. Clean yourselves up. My name spiritual is Elijah. And it's time to go home. That's why I told them. I won't repeat it again because we was on a bus. I said, listen up, Judah. Listen, Israel. Clean yourself up. My spiritual name is Elijah, and it's time to go home. Next, we was walking in this iron mesh fence, and we was walking through it like cattle. So they had if you go through some places, they have an overpass, and they have like the freeway, the I-10 or I-65, whatever they have. So some places when you walk across, they have like a mesh fence around it, so nothing can come up and nobody can throw nothing down, and you walk through it. So that's what we were walking through, one of those type fences. And we were walking through it like cattle, because we had a whole bunch of us, and it was just walking through it. And I started breaking that fence down on both sides. I just started tearing it down, because we ain't no cattle. And I started breaking that fence down and tearing that fence up. And one young man said, "You can't do that." I said, after I had broke the fence down, the young man said, "You can't do that." I said, after I broke the fence down, now go get your master. So after the young man told me that you can't do that, I told him, go get your master. Go get him. That's what I told him. So he ran to go get him. And as he was gone, I was waiting, knowing that he wasn't coming back. So I told him, go get him. And so I was waiting there, knowing that he was coming back. Then it was revealed to me that they were going to kill me. One have to die for the nation. And that's the dream. I already know they're going to kill me. Man, come on, bro. What you think this is about? Why do you think I get on this station and do the things I do? We're going to get deep into it. We're going to get deep into it. Don't worry about that. They killed Malcolm. They killed King. They killed Mega Eggers. And they killed a whole lot of others. They killed a whole lot of people that you and I don't know about, saints of God. Why? Because of righteousness' sake. So if you're not willing to die, not get to it yet. But that was the dream. And I'll hold that dream on the side, and I'll put it on the side for you. So that was my Beyonce dream. So it's not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, say, Lord. And we got another one coming.